Be where you are. Native wisdom teachers tell us that the natural state, the natural mind, frankly, the non dual way of living is to live consciously in a local space where you are. Pay attention to how you exist within a space of cyclical time, how things always come around to newness. And always know that we live in a web of relatedness. It takes stopping our constant move forward and just being where we are to come into consciousness. I like thinking of place rather than time, trying to be in the now. Because if you're in the place where you are, you're always in the now. Like right now, I'm sitting in a chair in my room. You're somewhere watching this video, probably sitting down, but you're somewhere. Where are you? Boom, right there. You've gone into place, into literally the ground of being is the earth that we are part of. And everything always comes around. This is what I've found is the best way to deal with um, problems that are uh, difficult and causing stress. Lots of New Age teachings tell us that we should just be detached from everything. And that doesn't work. What that does is it just leaves problems drifting, and you never really take care of anything, and you never really come to an understanding of how you got stuck in this problem, and you never come into an understanding of how you're going to deal with it. So you need to actually let the problem bubble in you. That's one of the fabulous things about our brains, about our minds, is that our minds are really, really good at chewing on problems, right? And I find that if I let that process work, it always comes around to where I have an insight of how to behave or how to do something differently or how to fit in a different way that helps resolve the problem. So we don't live so much in cyclical time the way our native forefathers did, because we live in houses and we have cars that we drive around in, and it's very easy to live exactly the same way through each season. And so the world doesn't really reach this point where it cleanses itself every time. But each of us individually can live within this cycle of becoming confused about something, working the problem through, and then coming to a conclusion and stepping in and doing something and then recreating the same problem or creating a new problem or whatever. But it's always cyclical, it goes around, around, around. But most important is knowing that we are constantly in a web of relation. And that is literally the answer to non duality, which says there's not two, because everything is completely related, and we're not the things that are relating. We are that space of relationship that's there. That's the living um, field that we're all inside. So the answer to so many of our problems is to let things be cyclical. Be in a place. You're in an actual physical place. Know where you are. And then you will come around to know who you are. And you are the relation that's happening everywhere.